Hi everybody, welcome back to episode 6 of the Neck Podcast. I'm joined today by absolute super mammy Shauna. How are you today, love?
Good, love, considering the week I've had, but I'm all good. Thanks very much, and thanks very much for having me.
I've seen you all over every single platform.
It's been a week.
You're on everyone's stories.
I know, it's been a week, but you know what, it needs to happen, you know?
Yeah, we need to flood Ireland with these stories.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating situation dealing with what we were dealing with Christian at the minute, you know.
You were in hospital as well last week with your son.
Yeah, he ended up in hospital as an emergency last Friday. His oxygen dropped. They said it could have been a virus. Now nothing come back in his blood, but they said it could have been something they didn't test for.
Yeah.
But like Christian has been doing very well from a respiratory point of view. Like, and kids like Christian, unfortunately, they don't. You know, they develop respiratory problems. They develop these things, unfortunately. But like you can help like keep them comfortable and prevent them getting worse and stuff. But unfortunately, Christian scoliosis is not preventable. You can't stop that curve from curving. You know. So it's squashing his lungs now. So now he's falling into these issues, and it's so frustrating because it's nothing got to do with his actual condition that I've fought with, like that I'm dealing with. It's something that was avoidable.
Yeah,
it's
something that
avoidable.
He's not getting what he needs to prevent these
exactly.
Things.
When I ended up in hospital last Friday, because I've been since 2023, I've been fighting for Christian to get seen. There's a whole situation that went on in 2023, and if anyone wants to look her up, they can look her up and find out for themselves. There's only so much we can say about it, you know. But something happened in 2023, and a lot of kids, unfortunately, were left behind. That was under a doctor, you know. And when that doctor had to leave, all these kids kind of were waiting on someone to pick them up again, and it was.
The forgotten children of Ireland.
It was a long time before them kids were picked up, and by then, unfortunately, kids like my son, it was just gotten too far. You know,
things like this just really, really, really boil my blood.
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
The kids are going to suffer with their diagnoses, and anyways, not getting the support, the resources, the medical attention that they need when they need it is actually making their lives an awful lot more harder. It's making the mammy's lives harder.
The whole family is affected by it.
The siblings.
Yeah, the whole family is affected by it. Like Sophia and all, like when we ended up in the hospital for that week, and considering like Christian hasn't been in hospital in 6 years.
Yeah.
Like he has not been admitted to hospital in 6 years. And like when I ended up in all saying, my God, that's amazing achievement for someone like him, like because he was in hospital so much when he was younger, you know. But once you kind of figure out, when you have a child like Christian, you figure them out. Yeah. It's all new. You have this beautiful baby, and then all these things are happening. It's all new to you. You're having to research. You're getting told by a doctor what's going on. You're doing all that. But when they're younger, it's kind of like you're learning. You come to a point like when Christian was about 7, then he kind of can't. I know what's going on. I know how to deal with these seizures. And I was like, I can like nearly keep him at home. I'm actually confident enough that if he has a seizure or 2 or 3, you don't need to bring him into hospital anymore. Do you know? But you need to come to that, like, where you feel confident.
And Mammy always knows. So with you getting all the little the training and your wits about you and understanding what you're dealing with.
Exactly. Yeah.
Look, and that takes time. Can cope, you know what I mean?
So that's why he was kind of in hospital a lot when he was younger. He did get a few chest infections, but it was more the seizures I was very, very nervous about, like, because he'd have so many of them. But then I became very confident. Like, he still has seizures to this very day, like, you know, and he could have 2 or 3 of them in a day. Still, now it doesn't cause him any harm. He only has them for a minute and a half, you know, not long ones. And so he's doing great, like, considering where he was years ago in that. Because he had so many, and I was very anxious that I was always in the hospital. But now I know, like, when I had Sophia then, so thinking of my life back then, I was like, Jeannie Mac, like, if I hadn't known what I know now, having this little girl, the confidence I have, everything was so different. She doesn't even be in hospital, do you know what I mean? She was at the start when she started having the seizures and stuff, and then I ended up in her probably because she had a bit of a cluster where she...
Mammy's like, you are like a nurse.
Yeah, we turn into that. Yeah, we do. We turn into that, like, eventually as time goes on, you know, like, nurses are going to college to learn how to do the things we get taught to do in a minute if someone's standing there telling us what to do.
That's your everyday life.
Yeah, yeah. So, no, you're right, you know, and we turn into everything for them, their voices and everything, you know.
I admire you so much, you know.
Thanks very much.
I really, really do.
And that's why I wanted to come on here as well. I thought, without girls like that, I was 17 having Christian. I was 18 when I realised that there was something wrong.
Yeah.
You know, I was actually living a young, free life, thought life was great, going out, everything was great, you know, but it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't. Like, even when I had Christian and he was sick, like, I was still living the young life.
Yeah.
And then I had to draw myself back in, and I made a silly mistake, which we all do. I learned from, and I just picked my child up and I left.
Yeah.
I lived in Ballybock at the time. I left with my son never to return.
Yeah.
And I made that decision to make sure that I was going to change my life and turn into a better person for this little boy. Do you know what I mean? And I swear to God, Jade, I went down there and I never looked back.
Do you know what? See this.
And it was a million miles away from home. It was like going down the country for me.
Yeah.
It was like, and in Clongriffin at the time, Jade, you could imagine 10 years ago what that was like. There was nobody down there. It was like, it was really like being in the country, but that's what I needed to do. And I knew if I didn't, I'd just still feeling like I need to be with my friends, or you know, like, you know, that
young mentality.
Yeah, I couldn't, it was like, I just couldn't, I had to let that go, because this little boy needed me, and in more of a way than like being there. I had to be there. Do you know what I mean? Oh, he's my little life.
Oh,
he's my life.
God.
Yeah, he's my life. And I stood over at a bed last week and I said to the doctor, I said, I have him since I'm 17 years of age. He is all I know.
Yeah.
All I know. And if anybody tries to come and tell me that there's nothing they can do for him, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I'm past sadness now.
No for an answer.
No. But unfortunately, Jade, unfortunately what's happened with these kids with scoliosis is that they're being left so long that it does come to a point where they become inoperable. It's gone too far, that they can't fix the problem anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's too dangerous then to fix.
Why are they saying Christians waiting so long on this operation that you vitally need?
Well, that's what we're all trying to figure out. There's been a few incidents, as I'm sure you've seen on the news, and a lot of parents are looking for a public inquiry now of what is actually happening here, what is going on, and we all need to know. Like, stop the silence. You know, because it's not fair anymore.
We've brought hundreds of thousands of surgeons and doctors and nurses from abroad all over in the past 36 months. Yeah, and there's still, like, and I went to a surgeon, and the surgeon told me, like, my child needs to have surgery, but he's not going to get surgery until the summer of 2026. Bear in mind, Christian in 2023 went into hospital with a hip situation. Yeah. He had a dislocated hip and slight scoliosis, but nothing of a concern. That wasn't the concern. It was the hips that was the concern, and his brittle bones. So he has brittle bones, but they're actually getting better for him, thank God, because he went through an awful time with them. But this doctor wanted to do something with his hips. He wanted to have a team meeting, and Christian was meant to get injections also into his hips. None of that happened. That meeting did not happen. Christian did not get them injections. It was just left. And just failing.
Till a year later, like it was an exact year later, he's seen that doctor in July of 2023, and I didn't see another doctor till June of 2024, another orthopedic.
And we're in 2025. Has Christian ever got them injections?
No.
Never? Still to this day?
No, and I rang the hospital to ask what's going on. She said no, because of the situation, that's not going to happen. And I was like, no one has confirmed this with me, that this is not going to happen, you know. I was just so
And you're at home, you're clinging on to hope, and you're thinking, right, he's on the list, he's got referred, I'm getting somewhere. Yeah. On paper, you might be getting somewhere, but in real life...
But it's not even on paper. Like, his date for his surgery, and that's why, like, I went the way I went last week, because when my child ended up in hospital like that, that was enough for me to say, right, this is enough. Yeah. I've been sitting with these people since 2023 trying to ask them to go back and review where this was left. But by the time, even now, like, even saying that, it's like, it angers me, because it's too late even to go back and review that, because there's more now happening to Christian that needs to be dealt with. He needs to have his spine fixed now, and then when he recovers from that, he's not going to need a hip surgery then. That's a lot on him, and the little boy like that. So I don't know why the most vulnerable, like Christian, are being left down the end of that ladder when things can actually, it's harder for them to have these surgeries. So why wait on for them get that worse that they need two?
It's fucking disgraceful.
It just doesn't make sense.
At this day and age, it is an absolute joke.
It doesn't make sense. And it's the most vulnerable, like, gay kids that seem to be getting pushed down and pushed down and pushed down, you know, and I'll just never understand.
It wouldn't be like Ireland, would it?
Well, here, the stuff that's happening.
The absolute utmost vulnerable people are being left to fucking...
And not just only in like, people, everybody, like, in all situations. The health system is just, it's not just a scoliosis scandal. You had the cervical scandal. You had all these scandals. What the hell is going on? Do you know
the amount of mummies I've been talking to.
Yeah.
I had a friend of yours on a few weeks ago, and I also have another one of yours, our friends, on in a few weeks' time.
Yeah.
And every single mummy is crying out just to get their son, their daughter, what they actually need to make their lives that little bit more easier.
Yeah, and like, if you're going to ask for like that, I done a GoFundMe page for Christian going back a couple of years ago to get him a little bike and all, and getting me
very good.
And he had a great few years with them, and obviously this now happening, he can't be in any of that equipment. But when I was going to try get Christian that, like, without trying to set up a GoFundMe page, I was told no, like, you wouldn't be able to get that. And I was like, why? Like, and then, like, it's like a luxury to them, like, do you know what I mean? You only ask for the basic things off them. They wouldn't give you them kind of big. And I was like, just crazy to think that something like a bike physically would bring someone like Christian on, do you know what I mean? And give them a bit of life out and experience.
Give them a bit of joy.
Yeah, and he loved the bike, like, loved it until he fell into his little problems, do you know?
Yeah.
And then the pea pod, when we got the pea pod, so you buy I figured out then when I got the pea pods, you actually can get them through the HSC, but when I was trying to get it, I was told no, I couldn't. Do you know what I mean?
They want to jump through hoops for this.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, when you're actually in it, like, I've been in this for 16 years, and you do, like, no one will ever tell you what you're entitled to.
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't tell you.
Fucking fight and fight.
No,
and fight.
Like, they wouldn't be, like, I've often had parents text me and say, where did you get that chair? No, if you got a new, because I'm getting a new comfy chair, and I had a few parents ask me, I was like, through the skill, through your OT, like, get them to put the funding in and try help you, you know what I mean, to get it. No, like, they wouldn't hear it, and I was like, like, you're entitled to stuff like that, entitled to not just sit in that chair all day.
This is what I love about you as well, of everything you go through. Right, you're really up against it, and you can't, my God, to look at you, anyone who wouldn't know your day-to-day life, and we'll fill you in on it now in a minute. It's not your average life, but my God, she gets up, she does her thing, our kids are happy, they're very well looked, and they want for nothing. All they want for is a decent fucking health care system in Ireland.
That's it.
They want what they need, what they fucking need to make their lives that little bit more easier. Like, it's not fair.
No, it's really, a constant fight.
It's gone beyond not fair.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a constant fight. Like, I only had me fight to get the home that I have now.
Yeah.
Life changing to Christian. Absolutely life changing to him. And that just feels like yesterday I am only over that fight.
Yeah.
And here I am in another fight, another battle. It's a battle, it's a war zone.
Like, how exhausting.
Because there's no, when you're coming up against the system, oh my God, it's completely different, you know what I mean? It's very, very different when you're coming up against this, because you've no control over it.
Yeah.
There's no control. You wish you could have a little bit of some sort of...
You just feel powerless.
You know, you really do. You feel hopeless. They make you feel hopeless.
Shauna, what is it like an average day in your household?
Well, my household, it's a very happy household.
I know
that. Very, very busy. My little girl, Sophia, is a very, very busy little one, so there's no quietness at my house. Christian is quite laid back. Now, he loves his music, you know, he loves the music. He belters on, he's a real bye-bye, like, he's a real raver and all, you know. And with Sophia, like, she's great, she loves the music, loves dancing, and she's real uplifting, like that, you know. She's very, very busy. Sophia has the same condition as Christian. We found out when Sophia was 7 months old. I'll never forget it. So obviously when I got pregnant, I was always thinking about Christian, always thinking, oh, what if, you know. But like, that's just a natural thing to do when you've gone through stuff like that, you know. So I had it, and I was delighted when I found out I was having a girl, first of all, because I'm raised with 5 boys, no girls. So I'm the only girl, and I'm the oldest. So you could imagine what that was like.
Oh, dying for your little girl.
Do you know what I mean? So
and you're so stylish and creative, and we'll get into that in a minute.
That's what I thought I was going to be for, like, with Sophia. She hates all that. She hates. But no, and I was delighted then find out I was having a little girl, and when I had her, like, she just, like, everything, like, she just, yeah, it was very different, you know, and it was a big gap between Christian and Sophia. I think it was like 7 years or something like that. And she was delighted me, like, still my best friend. I love the bones, and she just, as soon as that child wakes up or opens her eyes, she just makes you smile and laugh. Her character, she's feisty, funny, you know, like one of these, like, deadly. And no filter.
She'd be a little force.
There's no filter with her. Like, she'll just say what way she, like, cause
like a man.
She has a special needs. Yeah, she has a special needs, like, cause she doesn't think about what she says. You know what I mean? And I love that about her as well. You know, it's not a bad thing. But she can be a bit of a flight risk. Like, she can just run off on you. She's running into people's houses and all. Like, oh, hey, yeah, what you know, I think nothing is, like, she's not doing that wrong. But she's such a character. But anyways, when she was 7 months, I'll never forget my dad, rest his soul, he used to come over and visit us from England. My dad was recovering now, he was an alcoholic, and he was over in England. He went over to get recovered, but he said that eventually, my ma separated.
Sorry to hear that.
No, yeah, grand. I had a bit of not a tough upbringing as in with my family. I mean, before I left Sherry Street, wasn't very easy for my family. You know, a lot happened. Don't want to go into it really, but my ma and dad, unfortunately, my family kind of separated completely, you know, and my dad ended up in England anyways, but he used to come over and visit all the time. He always come over, you know, and sometimes just you wouldn't even know he's coming, he'd just be there. Yeah. He found out I was pregnant from Christian, he was just there the next day and he died.
Straight away,
Christopher was nearly jumping out the window and all.
Oh, yeah. He was dying.
And I was so young as well. I think he was more like, no, Joe. Yeah. And I wasn't expecting, because I was daddy's girl, like, you know, and he would have, even though, like, he had his problems, he was still very strict, like, and he's still, like, you know, and even my brothers, like, considering the life that we've had, like, they remind me so much of him, because my dad he always had courage and he always wanted better, but was a very lost man. He found it very, very hard to do that, you know, didn't have a lot of support around him and stuff. But as well, he tried to be younger than he was, you know, and that was kind of his fall through in life, because he tried to be a young lad, not a man.
Wasn't ready to grow up.
Yeah, you know, so, but anyways, when I had Sophia, he came over to visit. Sophia was 7 months and she wasn't well. She had a bit of a viral or something going on, and I was sitting there and I was wheeling her up and down that buggy, and she was going to sleep, and I just looked at her, and it just within the time I looked at her, it's mad because I had the same thing happen with Christian. She just went into a seizure and my world fell apart. I just crumbled. My poor dad, like, he wouldn't have really experienced the life with me, what I went through. So for him, and I was at the have my girl, like, this was the first time she had a seizure, and my dad and all, like, watching me, it broke his heart, you know what I mean? So, and God, it broke my heart, and I was like, no, this can't be happening again. Like, what is actually going on here? For Sophia, it was for Sophia.
Do you want to take a break, Shauna?
No, I'm all right. It was just like being pregnant and worry, and then you have her and you think everything's grand, you know, everything's grand. She's 7 months. Christian was 7 weeks when he started, you know. So it was very early for Christian when we realised. Sophia was 7 months, and I was praying. I was like, please God, it's only like because she's having a high temperature or something like that. But no, it wasn't. We brought her in. She had loads of convulsions after that. Then we brought her home. They put her on the medication, and that's when they did more tests to find out what was actually going on when we presented Sophia to the hospital, because we didn't have a condition for Christian. We didn't know actually what was going on with Christian either, you know. So they did loads and loads of testing, and you had to doing all these on Christian and everything in background. There was nothing that they could find. So they did them on Sophia then, and then we got a call in to say, that was so fortunate that both of them have this rare condition, KTS, and it affects them with epilepsy. global developmental delay and teeth problems. So if you see my two, the teeth are not great, you know, and they have similarities in that sense, but very, very different personalities. Sophia is on the end of, like, she has ADHD as well. She's hyperactive. She can be quite impulsive. Our behaviours can be challenging, very challenging. And you have Christian that is so laid back, you know, and just a little free, you know. And like, even I always say, like, even his sense of humour, I think he'd just be one of them by himself. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't care, like, you know, it is what it is. I'm really like that. I'm really like, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Tomorrow's still to come, like, and I see myself in him a lot like that. With Sophia, she'd be more like Chris. She's real feisty. Do you know what I mean? And she's real, like, she's real out there. Like, I don't know what it is. Her personality is very strong, you know, in so many ways. Like, where I'm real calm, lovable.
Be great to see her grow now.
Like, I was, and I don't even mind saying this because it's funny, and I think everyone goes through it in life. So this is Sophia. You're walking through doing your shopping. She came in with walkie-talkies in her hair a few weeks ago. So I was like, oh, here we go. Because I was like, I remember when I was a kid in school, my ma having this situation. I was always hoping this one come out. I'm only one girl, please God, I can avoid it, you know. No, I wasn't avoiding it. So I was like, right, we need to go and get your stuff. We're walking around doing it, right? And I mean, but you cannot say aunt to her because she's, like I said, she's no filter. She doesn't care where she is, what she says, how she says it. Ma, going to go and get that nitty stuff for the knits in the hair. Oh, I said, I'm going. I said, oh my God. I said, we have. But that just shows you, like, she'll just.
Isn't it great?
I know, I love her. Do you know what I mean? And I'd be like that. I know, like, you know, someone had to be like, what do you mean? Like, it's normal life. We all go through it. Like, if we all spoke about these things, it wouldn't be a big thing. Do you know what I mean? And but she's real out there, like. But you know what? She's coming a long, long way. So she's 10 now. And, like, Sophia didn't speak when she was 4.
Did she not?
She didn't.
What age was she when she started coming
She started, so she had one word, like mommy, daddy, hey, that was her favourite.
The one she needed.
Her favourite since she was a baby, like when she was about 2, she started to say hey was first. That came first. Hey. And I lived in an apartment block, but I was on the ground floor and had a balcony. And from the age of 2, when she could figure out she could go out and climb up and pop her head over the balcony, anyone that would walk past, hey, where you going? You know what I mean? But even not even where you going, hey, would come out at that point, hey, and then people would be talking back to her, and like she wasn't talking back, you know what I mean? We could see the development, like, through that, the way she was trying to communicate with people, you know what I mean?
Taking it all in, what people would say back to hey.
And as time went on, then, like, with so much learning and so much trying to get her to understand stuff, and school as well had a big part to play that. But every day, every single day, like on my wall, we have all the visuals and we have everything for her, like, from a very young age. And now she wouldn't even need visuals. Like, she's actually, like, she knows Tesco, she knows everything. She's where she's going, what she's doing. Like, she's able to express that now, where before she would have, like, having to show her a picture and stuff and for her to recognise, because she couldn't express that she'd know where she's going. You know, she got a bit older. But
I never heard of people do that before, Shauna. Now, do you know what? That's ignorant to me, because obviously I don't know about these things, but that's fucking deadly.
Yeah, but as in visuals, as in shown, so a lot of, well, like, that only kind of.
Is that something you just introduced to your household, or is that something other mammies told you about?
No, that's it. Other mammies, like, a lot of people would, especially if they have kids like that have special needs, and like a lot of autism kids and stuff like that. They work so well for them.
I'd say so, definitely.
So well, because you could imagine.
Prepare them, you know.
You're not just speaking, you're visually showing this person, because this person, you don't know what they're thinking, they're not able to express it to you, do you know what I mean?
I don't actually tell my friend about this.
No, it's very good.
She heard about this,
and I know there's the pecs as well. They're like, no, like, I be the type of, right, because you can have, like, whatever works for you. It's whatever works for you. And what I found worked for Sophia and Christian, like, the pecs is kind of like symbolized like that bit fake looking pictures, you know, like that, like characterized cartoony kind of thing. So when I started to use these. So say if I was planning out Sophia today and we say we're going to have breakfast, say the picture on that would be an egg, a sausage and something random, like, and then you're going to the park and the park looks like it has one slide.
Yeah.
And she like when she was young, she'd look and she'd know, right, this is starting to plan, but she couldn't express to me how she felt about this all happening, right? As she got older, then she was like, where's me beans? Where's me up? I was like, oh, they're probably going to confuse her now, because she's actually telling me how she feels about this. Yeah. And the park, where's that park? I'm not going to that park.
Isn't it great?
So I was like, right, we need to take them away now. That she just knows what's what, you know. And then we just started doing the real pictures for her. And then we learned that doing a whole plan for her wasn't good. So I was just better off starting the morning. Show her our morning first, then when the last thing is about to finish, then kind of prepare her for the rest, you know. You kind of do it in 3 sections, because it was someone like Sophia that's quite hyper, and she like any other child, if you tell them about something, you can't, like with Sophia, gets overly like anxiety and everything else happens for her, so you can't really tell her and before it happens, because it's too much for her. Oh yeah, great. Trying to take your time. But yeah, no, because she gets too much about like what's happening, what's going ahead. So you kind of just now and then, and keep going like that as you go through the day. Right?
Keep that structure of it.
Yeah, and the most vital thing, like people do say to me, how? And I was saying, routine. Like if I even got up a half an hour late in the morning, that's me. I wouldn't look like this. I'd have me bun and a pair of leggings on me down. Do you know what I mean?
Get up ages before the kids.
I grew up a half an hour to start, like probably an hour sometimes. Now I do have carers come in at 7. So I try to get up a little bit before that to prepare everything, you know. When they come, then I kind of get Sophia ready, get her breakfast ready, prepare her lunch, and then try to get myself a little bit sorted. She doesn't come down then until about 7:45. And then she'll come down and have her breakfast and all. And, you know, she could get up sometimes earlier, but even that, it wouldn't set you back around, you know. She just sits on the chair and waits on a little bit and stuff. But sometimes you can have, like, not sometimes, all the time, if she gets up when the carers is there, Sophia can be quite impulsive. So we have a lot of problems with Sophia, like, when we're doing caring for Christian, when we're doing his changes or his washes, Sophia can be a little bit impulsive around that kind of situation. And we're still trying to figure that one out, why she does that. You know, we don't know why, but Sophia always wants the attention. Of
course.
Massively. I know exactly. But she gets the attention all day, Jane. That's what we had to figure out in the end, right? There's something more going on with this little girl, because she spoiled rotten. She gets everything. We're on her all day, every day. Poor Christian is the one that doesn't get a minute to look in. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're always there with him, and he's happy out, like,
but
doing
because
his own
obviously
thing.
He can't get as much, like,
she
out
is
as what
full,
she can.
Exactly. She is full on, you know. And even if you go up to give Christian a hug, now she's standing there, give me a hug. You know, she just wants you, like. And no, but that's just the way she is. But when I was going through the assessment recently with her, and they even said, like, she thrives on a lot of attention, doesn't she? Like, especially from adults. And I was like, yeah, that's something that we did notice. But we have to remember, she's the only child, like, really, like, Christian, do you know what I mean? And she's experiencing life without her brother, like, in that sense. Like, and she's kind of on her own. Like, she just has me and her dad, like, to communicate and do these things with, like, and then in school, then, like, Sophia, when Sophia started school, Sophia goes to St. Michael's House. And when Sophia started to go, absolutely so grateful for her to be able to have that place in that school. Because as you know, like, it's not good what's happening now either for parents. Easy. Trying to find for kids to get education, like, it's something absolutely shocking.
It should be, it's a fucking necessity. Like this
seriously, yeah, it's absolutely shocking. But she got that place, and I took it, but I was going to send that to a different kind of, like, mainstream that had kind of special needs support in it as well. So I said, you know what, at the time Sophia wasn't talking, she was having seizures. We didn't really know what the road ahead with Sophia, so I thought, right, this is probably the best option for her, was to send that to St. Michael's House, and the support wrapped around that and stuff. But now she's 10. Sophia got a diagnosis of a moderate disability when she was young. Now I think she's mild. But she needs to kind of get that reassessment to say that, do you know what I mean? So, like, I'm hopeful that in the future, I'm just wanting to deal with what I'm dealing with right now. There's only so much you can take on, because we're having 2 kids. and oh my God,
I think I called you
Ah,
superwoman.
it can get
Over
heavy.
everything.
Yeah, it can get heavy, and that's what I'm saying. It doesn't come in ones and twos; it comes in threes and fours, you know. And like I find myself some days like how did I even do that? Like if you got a call and you're like boom, 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 and you're like, and it just all happens, and you're just wow, that was a lot. But gee, how did I do that? Do you know what I mean? That was a bit much. And sometimes they say today again, you know, and not today. And I do have a laugh, like for God's sake, like
Jesus Christ, you wind me up.
Yeah,
leave a bleed now.
Yeah, like, but no, like, but I do have hope that Sophia will eventually lead into like more of a mainstream skill, but she'll always need support. That's something that I know she'll always still need, but more around behaviour that she has, like more needs around that behavioural issues that she has, you know. Like developmentally she's coming on. She still needs a lot of support around that, but she's coming along. So
you know even talking to your Johnny, you'd want to look back at that younger shauna, that 17-year-old, and give her the biggest fucking hug ever.
I know. And you know what? It makes you realise I actually had a moment. I was in hospital last week with my son, and I was sitting there, and some of the nurses that were coming in and the canteen lady, I know these before I had Christian. I sat in the hospital a year before I had Christian for a whole year with my younger brother that wasn't well. I was only 16. So when they see me coming into the hospital with Christian, then they're like, and I didn't leave. I was there and I haven't left since, you know. So when I was sitting there with the canteen lady and we had a chat, it wasn't until she left, I was kind of saying, oh my God, do you know what I mean? That young, like I was so young, so vulnerable, going through all of that, like, and like what I went through, like it was no fault of my mother and my father, you know, times I had on them. I helped, like me and my mom didn't have like a great relationship for many years because when I had Christian, it just felt like no one was there for me when I'm there for everybody. And I was there, but my mom was lost as well. And it wasn't until I got older that I actually sat back and said, actually, that woman went through it. And it was okay for me to feel the way I was feeling at the time, you know. And she, even though she was going, she's try it, you know what I mean? We all try our best. And then my dad as well. But when I was going, that's what I was like, Jesus, like, you don't realise until like you actually, like, because in life for me, it's go, 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 you know. And when I do stop for a minute, sometimes I don't like it. Because I can get overwhelmed with so much that I'm like, no, I don't want to even be in this thought of mine. You sit down and actually relax, and when you think of it all, it just it just kind of takes hold of everything. But you know what? I do always sit and remind myself of how far I've come. Oh, Jesus, you know, and my God, the kids and stuff like, and my brothers and all. I'm so proud of how far they've come, considering the lives that we've had before the life I have now. It feels like two different lives, but I'm the same person. Just going through. I feel like about 80. Exactly what I would say. I do feel like I'm after living a whole life. It's all the life experience you're after gaining from all the situations that's it put in front of you. And like I said before we started, is that's in my life how I feel. Like I have loads of amazing friends, but I do always feel like my energy grips the people that need help more, you know, and I'm always helping, you know, and I used to say it's normal, but then I said natural little healing, and it's just talking to someone, and even just by experience, like sharing my little experience of life, it kind of makes people sit back and say, oh my God, like you wouldn't realise, you know what I mean, or like, and here I am complaining about why I'm, do you know what I mean, and I'm like, then that's all right. Because we all face different challenges, we all go different things. It's just nice to have someone there. What's something is huge and probably the worst thing in the world for me, if I was to share that with you, you'd be like, are you mad? Don't be minding that. Put that there. Sort that out. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You know? I think that's good about us women. The more we speak out about things and speak to each other about them, we can empower each other and help each other along the way. Exactly, yeah, and that's what's important, you know. And like I was talking to you about Niamh, like when I met Niamh, like me and her, like love her. She just reminded me of a young me, you know, a young me that was so young, so lost, and was trying to navigate finding the way in this life. And as I said to you, when you have a child, like Christian or like Ollie, it's like when you have them, it's a life experience. You have to learn to navigate a completely different life to everyone possibly around you. Do you know what I mean? Because I did, because there was no one the same around
no one's
me.
going to understand you.
Yeah,
So much as they're going to
exactly.
try. They're not living it.
No, they're not. And that's what, like, even with like support and all, like, I used to sit down and get angry and say, oh, do you know what I mean? This, that, but I don't anymore. I just kind of had to come to learn that people just do not know like that. And I'm understanding now that I probably was the way I was because I was screaming for support. I was screaming for someone to see me, hear me, give me something.
That's why you were so helpful to all the other mummies going through this.
Possibly to get, like, to understand that it's normal to feel like that. Do you know what I mean? And when it's not coming, it's normal to feel like you're getting angry about it, and you're probably coming resentment to these people. The most important thing you can sit and say is that sometimes it's hard for people to say to you, Shauna, I wouldn't know what to do. That's their responsibility once you, whether you want to leave your kids with them or whatever. The support, I really just, it was just someone being there, even just to talk to, you know
just
what I mean?
Offload anything, worries.
Exactly. But then, Jade, like, you could sit there and they just don't get it.
Yeah.
When I met Niamh, and even other Niamh, Marley's man, Niamh, when I met, like, because they were the youngest. Yeah, they were the youngest girls, like, that I've met on this journey at this time that I just clicked with. Yeah. Because we were young, we all were in that same boat.
All understood each other.
You know, yeah. And like, I do have other, like, friends in the school, like, that we talked. You know, we just in the area. It was very hard when I met Niamh, Marley's ma. It was like we just clicked, you know, and the boys clicked. Yeah. Like, and then we met Niamh then at the foundation that time, the party, and we all just clicked, and it was like it needed to happen. Yeah. Because we didn't know each other, like, probably 2 years before that, you know, and it's really that community of just having people that understand the same stuff, the same. It's like, it's great. Like, it's great. Because I have my best friend, and I could sit there and talk to her all day long, and still at the end, she probably wouldn't even understand. Of course. Do you know, she's just trying. She's trying to. Yeah, she really does. You know, and they all do. Yeah, they all want to listen, and they all want to try help somewhere and give you the advice. But sometimes you're like, you just don't.
Look, do you know what? Fuck off, because I'm not going to get it.
You don't get it. I'm ringing here. And that's it. Do you know, and there's no hard feelings or that. And that's what, like, you really need to learn, is that some people, and even when it comes to family, they just don't understand, and they will try, and you probably feel like it's do you know what I mean? Because they just don't know sometimes even how to help.
If there's any of that mammy going out that's only in the early journeys of what you have come through, what would be the first bit of advice you would give them? Like a young girl going through this on her own that doesn't have friends, that doesn't have people that can understand.
Well, that there is people out there. You're not alone.
Yeah,
definitely. You're not alone, and that's something we probably feel like we are alone, but they're not. You are not alone, you know. And the reason why I wanted to do this podcast, because what I said to you is that I was 17 having Christian.
You're only a baby.
I was only a baby, and having him at that age, I was still young, still thought I was going to live life, you know, and party and do all the things.
You had your dreams.
Have a job, all these things. No, that wasn't the way I kind of planned it. And it's that can hurt. Yeah. It's not about the child. You're doing everything for that child, and you're actually giving up your life, and that giving up your life is the hardest part.
It takes a mental toll on you.
It really, really does. And you're not giving up your life. It's probably drastic to say that, you know, because you're not.
It's just you're going in a different direction.
Yeah, you navigate. And I think at the start it's harder. Yeah. It's harder because you know that, like, really, like, my life, I did nothing in the younger, like, when Christian, up until he was about 10, it was constant. I didn't do a lot. I didn't go out a lot. Like now you've probably seen me go out and go concerts, make time for myself, my partner, make time for me.
The odd time I'd see it.
Yeah,
and like, you go, girl.
Yeah, it wouldn't be all the time. It'd be all, and Christian would be in respite when I'm doing it, and Sophia goes to respite. So if you ever do see us out together on our own, I'll just grabbing a flight to Amsterdam in the morning to come back that night. It's because me 2 children are in respite, you know, and we'd be like,
it's the only little break that you have.
Yeah, and we don't know the breaks are coming. So if we decide I will just do nothing, sometimes we just do nothing because that's really what we want to do. Do you know what I mean? It's nice just to do nothing because sometimes when you get a break, you think, oh, you have to do something.
Yeah.
But actually, no, I actually enjoy my time just to do nothing. The house is clean, I have my candles burning, and I just have a chat. That's just I'm happy. Chill, you know, because my house is chaotic every day. So to have that, it's like, oh. And even when she's not around, it's like strange. You're like, oh my God, do you know what I mean?
When the house is quiet.
Yeah, do you know. But yeah, but where was I? I'm missing myself now. Where was I?
We were talking about like when you get to go away with yourself.
Oh
and your partner.
Yeah. So the kids go to respite now. So Christian, I only started sending him when he was 10. It was a big thing for me because I was offered it a few times. I did. I worried about sending because not because I knew wherever he was going to go and I was going out was the place that I wanted him to be and it was safe
and you were going to well warn them.
You know, and that's the thing. So yeah, like this was all through his skill and the respite he actually goes there now the last 7 years and I like my family. They've become my family. Like they support me, everything I do on the other side of the phone. If I'm just having,
I love when I hear that as well because that gives you more confidence. Like he's your life.
Yeah,
your life.
Yeah,
your soul.
Yeah, and who you leave them with is so important.
Oh Jesus Christ.
So important, vital, you know.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. So yeah, no, he loves it, and then I don't know if you know Laura Lynn. You know Laura Lynn from Thing doing charities for them. Well, they're amazing as well. The amazing staff and all over there, amazing. He'd go over there. I didn't send them for a year. See, I can be like that as well. Like, I just would stop sending them. Well, Laura Lynn was because it was a bit out and it was a bit like someone else can have it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was too nice, and by the time he got over and got back, it was just too much of a short break. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I was like, give it to someone else that probably lives closer and be happy with it. And that went down for a year. And then I got back in touch and I was like, do you know what? I was at to get my car and all sorted. And I said, we'll start getting them back in, do you know? So now he goes over there and I go over there. And his little pal knew, that's what when he was 10, I decided to start sending him to respite. It was a big decision for me. But his little pal, Zara, his little angel, his little girlfriend, I say, I mean nerves. But so Zara and Christian have been in school together all their life. And they're always pals, you know. But the two of them ended up in Temple Street together. The two of them were sick, and the relation just clean. You know the way it all happens like that when you get them in the room together on their own for so long. And the sparks were flying with the two of them.
Jeez.
But anyway, he was in the bed, and I put his music, his disco lights, and his little bit of music and all on. He'd have poor Zara up for most of the night. He's mad. I'd have to come over and knock them out. He's raving in the bed and all. And so they formed a lovely relationship from that stay in the hospital, and from there on, Zara started to go and Christian started to go together. It was like a sleepover thing. That's how we were like, you're going for a sleepover.
And they would start to look forward to seeing each other.
Yeah, that's what it was like. They had Valentine's dates together. They did everything together. He used to just rub our little hand and all and show her so much love and affection and all. She was everything. And even now, like, you feel it, like, because we still talk about it all the time. But we really feel it when he's going to school, or if something's like Valentine's, or if something's happening, like, because we'd always say, you and Saturday now, get in there and get the pictures and make sure you have a great time and all, you know, and going in with his little card and all for her, do you know what I mean?
Christ.
And we're missing all.
I tell you, you do not let anything define him.
No,
don't you?
No, he just lives as normal.
You will make sure that little boy has experience of everything that that you can get on offer for him. Yeah. He experiences life, like, and I always seek to do, like, find more. Has to be something like a way around that. Like I'm like that. She had him on zip lines, didn't he? Yeah. And like even like that when I brought up the whole mountain, his mom was like,
how are you going to do that? And I was like, I'm not, you are. And he was like, Shauna. I was like, no, we'll get two of us team, come on together.
Teamwork
do you know what
makes the
I mean?
dream work.
We'll be grand. And like that, we did it, you know, and he did it. And I was like, you could do it. I said, see, it's all about you as well. I said, you can do it and you can do it for him.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus, I'm proud of myself, you know, getting him up there, because he's heavy, like he's a heavy man. And now he's getting heavier. He's only he's getting a motorized wheelchair, so we won't have to actually push him really anymore. But like that, like, you're pushing him up a hill, he's pushing you back down hill, you know what I mean?
It's hard enough to push a big buggy when the wind is pushing against you, never mind going up.
And he'd just be delighted with his life. He loves it. As soon as you put Christian's jacket on to go out the door, he's like, he's all for getting him anyway. Boy. Yeah, loves it. But like that as well, he loves his chill days as well, loves the music, you know what I mean? Loves the belt is only on, and he just
you see all this, right? You're talking about all the supports that Christian has and all the lovely things that, like, you make sure that he does not miss out on. You've missed out on an awful lot all your life, basically. You feel fulfilled with your children. Like, you wouldn't change it. I know that from speaking to you before we even started this. I know that about you. But where do you who supports you? Like, where's the support for the mummies in this? Yeah, no, you're right. I know the kids go to respite and it's 2 nights a month, 1 night a month. Yeah, and you choose sometimes not to send them. Yeah. So where's the support for your mental health, for your burnout? Yeah. Well, there's not really, like, there's not a lot of support there from others in this. It's all about the kids. The more I am taught, and come here, like, we are all about our kids, us mummies. Yeah, but like, there is going to be a really serious thing here with the mammies. Yeah. There's only so much. The mammies need support as well, because they're the ones doing all the work at the end of the day. Exactly. No, but I think they're aware of that, you know, and I know that there's been, like, little things like coffee mornings and stuff like that, but sometimes that's not what it's about. You know what I mean? It's more than that. Yeah. It's more than that, you know, and we all do go through it. Like, if I am, like, I do have me, it's not all happy for me. Like, I might come across, like, I have me days where I feel, oh God, I can't breathe, this is too heavy. What is actually going on? Do you know what I mean? Have me days where I just cry and just, like, break down. But I always pick myself back up because I can't stay there. I've learned through that. You see the kids. Yeah. I've learned through that. Like, I chose not to stay there, but it's okay to be there for a little while. I'm so happy that you have such, like, a supporting father, and they have, like, a partner, and they have such a brilliant father. Christopher is amazing. Yeah, he's amazing with the kids, like, and amazing support. And without, I've known beyond him. Yeah. There's nobody beyond him that would be able to support me. And it's not that they don't want to, like I've explained to you. It's not that family don't want to support us. It's not that they're against us or whatever. They don't know how to. Of course. They don't know how to, and they try, but sometimes that is just not enough for like what we're dealing with. It's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot, and they can try, but if they don't understand it to the deepness that I get and to the way it gets, the support is just not the right support. Yeah. You know, whether it be families, friends, or whatever it may be, it's not. They love you unconditionally, and they want to give you the support. They want to be able to, do you know what I mean, support you. But unfortunately, in what we deal with, unfortunately, you just possibly just don't know how. Unless you live with that, you have no idea. Exactly. Basically. You know, and then like that as well, like even like that when, like, yeah, me ma, like taking the kids or whatever. I used to be like, why? Like, and she said, I'm afraid. And then I kind of registered, you understand, like, that afraid to have them. I was afraid. It's a child with all these needs that you're just passing to someone else, that you're just going to think they're going to be all right. It's like you taking someone's child with no needs. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I have to mind them. I'm full, like, responsibility of this little person. Yeah. It's different when it's your own. Do you know what I mean? And when it's someone else. You have that little instinct. But even though, like, it's just with all the stuff that comes with them, you're just afraid something will go wrong, because it can ease so simply and so easy. And I've lived that every day with them. Do you know what I mean? Like that. Christian just having a seizure and vomiting, my poor ma would not know what to do. Yeah, she'd panic. So you have to take all that into consideration and understand it. But it took me a long time to get to that place to understand. I was envious. What do you mean? More with everyone. I fought with everyone because of that. Do you know what I mean? They'll help someone else, don't help me, and you know, all this. But then I just had to be like, no, hang on. I'm angry.
and
the
frustrated.
wisdom came after the anger.
Yeah, I'm angry and frustrated, but that's not the way it is. My ma loves me, and Christopher's family love us. You know what I mean? We're loved, we're cared for. We know that, and unfortunately, sometimes you just don't know how to support.
Do you know what?
And
I'm delighted that you do have that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you know that you have like a family that love you, love your children,
Yeah.
care so much about you. Because there is other women I've been talking to mummies as well, where like they see it in a completely different view than you. Like you're so grateful to have everybody, and you understand why they can't help.
Yeah.
But there's also girls then that like families just don't want to fucking know.
Yeah, and
that breaks me heart.
Yeah, no, and come here. I have like. I went through it as well, like, and I don't really want to stay here and say too much, but I've had it like with like we wouldn't say family from one end of the age, and no one comes to my door. Put it that way.
Yeah.
But in my heart, I'm not a bad person. Do you know what I mean?
I can sense that off.
Do you get me? So I'm not going.
You're an angel.
I am a little bit. I can say I can be a little bit bitter towards Christian, and when so a family don't come around for a year, don't be in contact with you. When Christian lands in a situation like he landed in last Friday, and then people restart reaching out, that pisses me off.
Yeah.
That boils my blood. Why are you not there for in his happy times? But then
but feel entitled to know the information when
he's down like that, when he actually would prefer you to be in his life when he's happy and wants to, like, when he's well, why do that? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what annoys me more. But I don't hold grudges. Do you know what I mean? I'll always be open. I'll always just be open. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm, and it gets me into a twist as well, being so understanding. Do you know, it kind of can get yourself into a bit of a twist, being too understanding with people. Sometimes you need to just say,
yeah. Some people can take your kindness as a weakness.
Yeah. But I'm very open, I'm very understanding. And now, at this point in my life, like, I've gone through a lot to understand myself, you know, and how kind I am, and how much I try to help people and everything else, that I had to zoom myself back in a little bit there and just say, right, you know that you, like, here you are, and you know, but sometimes it's all right just to, like, have to do all that. You know what I mean?
Just leave it all.
Just leave it all, because it's all background noise as well sometimes.
Do you think the year that you took out, like that you said you didn't send Christian to respite for, say, up to a year, or you didn't go to things, like you were just like, no, I'm grand, there's no point?
Yeah, like, I was grand. I'm always grand.
Do you think that year done you the world of good for your own personal growth? By being more on your own, like more secluded, and you were down in a different area in Clongriffin?
Like, at the start, when I moved out to Clongriffin, at the start, that was the start of my life change, like, of coming into this life with Christian. Before, when I had Christian, like, Christian was taken to hospital when he was 7 weeks. He spent 3 months in hospital. I knew something was wrong.
And were you living out this area, or
I was in town? I stayed in town until Christian was 1 and a bit. I think it was. He was just gone 1 and a bit, and then I just moved out to Clongriffin, and then just changed my whole life. That
would have been only not that long built, would it have been?
No, it was only new down there. Yeah, it was only new down there. Only like, I think it was only like 7 years old or something like that, and there was nothing like what's built up now. Now, I lived in the main street, Clongriffin. That's where I first lived. I was in 2 apartments there, and then I went across to Marsfield, and that's where I was until I moved to my house. I was there for 9 years in Marsfield.
Congratulations on your house, by the way.
Thanks very much.
Another thing you had to fight for.
Long fight that was, Janie Mac. But yeah, no, we got there in the end, and it's absolutely fabulous for Christian, you know. Life changing for him. Do everything for him with who. And he has. And could you imagine still being in that apartment now? We need that. Lucky it happened when it did, because it wasn't too long after we got the house when we had that appointment because when I met with that person, he told me Christian needed to have surgery, and if Christian didn't have the surgery, it was not looking good for him. They were his words out of his mouth. And I was just like, where is this coming from? And what did he mean? Because I couldn't even have a conversation with the person again because they were gone, do you know what I mean? And someone else was going to take over. And then when they did, there was none of that said, what he said to me.
And there's still no operation.
But now Christian's obviously looking in a completely different situation than he was back then. Yeah. Completely different. Worst, you know? And only get worse if they don't sort it out. But you know what, Jade, after going through all this, like, I'd never be one to, like, people don't know, like, you see the little news clip and you see all this, that's not even a fraction.
Yeah.
An ounce of what I'm after going through since 2023 with my boy. And like you see, I give him the best. And even with his condition, like, this is nothing got to do with his condition.
You're amazing.
That affects him. This was so vital. Do you know what I mean? It was so vital. And
this is negligence.
Yeah.
That's what that is. And not by your behalf or any behalf.
No.
It's negligence of the healthcare system.
On my behalf, I say this all the time.
Yeah, fuck, you couldn't do enough.
Would we get away with that?
No, this is it. This is it. We touched on this on episode 1 as well. If you was even attempted to do half the shit that these people like are doing and not doing for the children.
Could you imagine, like?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's crazy. There's so many things that I could go into that I don't, because I'm a very respectful person in the manner as well. But like, there's things that I went through that you'd say, Jeannie, like, I did that.
Yeah.
To be what? Do you know what I mean?
Fucking paper.
Do you get me? So yeah, no, it is. It's just like, yeah, it's sad. It's so sad that these kind of people are making decisions for their kids.
The system is so broken.
Yeah, it's shocking, it is.
How did you get on your news report when you done your news interview?
Grand. It was very nerve-wracking.
Who was it with?
Virgin Media. Yeah, it was with Virgin Media. The girl Hannah reached out to me and asked me if I'd like that. And I did have a deep think about it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not something that I want. Not that I didn't want to do it. I have so much respect for Christian.
Yeah. And
there's only some ways I put Christian out into the world, you know, like, and I'm not going to send pictures of his body to nobody to show you that. Like, they show that privately.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll show you privately, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah. So I was like, what does it involve? Like, because really, I just want to get it out there that timely care for children is so important. And if someone sits someone down and says, your child needs surgery and it's vital, that child should have that surgery within them 4 months that was spoken. Why am I being told here? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, the interview, that was me whole point. No, I was very nervous, and like I was saying to what nobody else seen behind the scenes. So we started the interview, and there was so much more that like I wanted to get out, but couldn't, because in the moment we were filming, Christian ended up having a seizure and vomiting. So I was looking at Hannah, I was like, welcome to my life.
Yeah.
This is
and
just
you straight away, it's grand, it's grand.
I got and changed, ready again to finish his interview. You know, life just goes on.
Yeah.
Like, Christian have a seizure and life will just continue as normal. Nothing stops. Like,
nothing phases you.
No. So even with Sophia now, like, I actually have a plan at home. So if the kids, say more for Sophia, not really Christian, she was having clusters. So Sophia could start having seizures today, and she could have like up to 15 in the day. You know, it wouldn't be on the hour every hour, it would be every 2 hours. And they call that clusters, where they don't break.
Right.
You keep going. That's where it can start affecting them. So I had to say to the hospital, look, like, I'm in a bit of a situation. Christopher is a man, right? And I guess I'm very understanding. I'm not one of these that expect me to do it. I do a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's heavy. And sometimes, like, men in general, I feel just sometimes it's too heavy for them.
Yeah.
You know, it's too much, like, and I had to try to take that off, like, but with
Christian, with Christopher, like, you'll try to take things off because you'd be more trying to, you know what I mean, with men, sometimes men.
They just find it a bit hard. You know, most women are just the way we are, I think, and it is. Like,
I do
take on a lot more.
Mummies just have that in them. That they just go on airplane mode when something's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Christopher would be kind of like, all right, yeah, grand. And I'd be like, no, now, like, this needs that. And he'd be thinking about, like, he'd be a bit.
Yeah.
But with Sophia, like, we have this plan anyways for Sophia, and it's an emergency thing. So she has clusters of seizures. Christopher, I'd be kind of like, we'll bring her in. I'm like, hang on a minute. Like, we have Christian, right?
Yeah.
Something needs to come. If this is it, because when she started at 7 weeks, it seemed like I was getting used to the idea. I wasn't bringing her. I brought her into hospital a couple of times. Then, like, right, we need to figure something out at home, because I can't keep coming in here either, because I have Christian to look after at home. Do you know what I mean? And like what I was saying there, what I got a bit distracted about was that when I leave Christopher with all that responsibility, I do not, he's grand, He's fine. I'm not used to that.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? I'm just not used to that.
You're going to see, you're the protector.
Yeah, I keep everyone in.
You're like the lioness.
Yeah.
The mammy bear.
Yeah, and he even says, like, do you know what I mean? Without you, Jeannie back, I don't know what I do. Do you know? And we'd have the crack, like.
And I'd say it's likewise, like, he's your support, he's your backbone.
Like, he is mine, he's mine as well.
You wouldn't be able to keep doing what you're doing if he wasn't behind you, keeping you strong.
Exactly, and the same way I do for him. You know, two of us hold each other up, and I always try to get him to, like, it's not just me, even though it might look like I'm the one taking over everything. Like, I do have to remind him, like, you hold me up, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
As good as I am either.
I'm so
do you know
happy
what I mean?
We have each other as well. Like,
no, well, great, but it's not all rosy. Do you know what I mean? Not going to sit here and pretend it is either. We have, and this is the thing as well. Like, having a life that we have, it puts a massive strain on you. Mental health, physical, like life. You know, but it's so important to understand each other, talk to each other, how he's that feeling. You know, all of that. We do have to laugh, me and him. We do have such a laugh, and I think that's what keeps us. Because we're so like that with each other. We just have to laugh about everything, not taking things too seriously. You know, that's where we be. And he's like that as well. And that's probably what keeps us, you know. For an instance, we are in Temple Street last, you know, your man Fabio, we bumped into, well, he was in there with, I'm not even going to go into it because that's a bit private, but anyways, he was in there, he was in Temple Street. I was at the scene for the few days, and anyways, me and Christopher are showing through the spirit. And this would be me and Christopher, I'd say, I feel it. And he'd say, well, the energy, the vibe, I feel it. And I'd be laughing, messing with him, do you know what I mean? Saying, what do you mean? Because you're talking about something, I think it was like, something mad. And then your man is behind us, I love it. And I was like, love what? Oh, the way he was there, like, he's that gas now, because me and him is just having the crack, John. And I'm like, I could see your vibe. I said, and he said, oh, I love the vibe and all, do you know what I mean? Bless his soul, he's lovely. He was meant to do a show, and he was saying, oh, I felt a little bit, you know, because of the situation. And I was like, the show must go on.
Yeah.
Don't let that stop you. See, like, everything's grand. If everything's grand and you no control over it now, go.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're just going to beat yourself. Do you know what I mean? Because I've experienced that. Where I've let a lot of, like, my life stop me from doing things that I should have done, and felt that, like, oh, I should have done it, and not felt bad for it. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever it may be. Or that's where it kind of was coming from, feeling a bit guilty. But I felt that. There's no need to feel that way. No need to feel like that. Do you know what I mean?
You're constantly, like, not criticizing yourself, but constantly denying yourself of things, like, you know what I mean? Like, because you think that you shouldn't do it.
Normal things that everyone do, like, for themselves.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
We feel like you're only young girls. Like.
Yeah, but I think what as well, Jade, I think, like, society, like, if you look back years ago, what way it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's only now you're seeing that acceptance and all of this, like, and that's going to thrive, like, families like us.
The more you know what I mean? Speak out your skills.
The next generation will get better with that. The next, and eventually, disabilities will not be something to be.
It won't be a taboo subject.
You get
people
me?
will be afraid to sit and
support.
Talk or
that's what's
about,
so important. Yeah, don't be worried about what's wrong with the person or why they're like that. Worry about helping them, supporting them. That's where the world becomes
Accept
better.
everyone as they are.
Accept them in and understand. And like my son Christian and Sophia, she can express herself and tell you, like, hey, wherever. So Christian can't, but always remember this. And I find this as well, and this is something that I like as well to kind of put out there. When you come across someone like Christian, you might not get, like, the response you'd expect, you know, especially if you're first meeting them. Like, Christian will first look at you.
Yeah.
And that instant look, you better say something.
Yeah.
Because if you're saying nothing, that's not what they're kind of saying. They're just like, do you know what I mean? Because he's expecting something from you then. And I think for people, when they first meet kids like Christian, they don't know how to approach. And they really don't. And you could see it in them, like, what do I do here? Like, you want to, but you just don't know how to.
Yeah.
And like that, it's just come down to that level, look at them and talk to them as if they're just a normal person.
Exactly.
That's all they want. But just have that conversation with them.
The way you would with any other little boy.
I'd be saying to Christian, like, anyone that meets us, like, they'd be looking at her and saying, like, they're bleeding mad. Like, I'd say, It's mad for the mutts. So he puts the arse out of him on the train, gets me and his dad into trouble for it, do you know what I mean? And he loves the blondies, and he's like, laughing about it. You know what I mean?
I do see him in your videos.
Yeah, and he whisper in his ear,
like he can well able to express himself.
Yeah, he's a real man. Like, his principal from his school, she works in the hospital now, and she's lovely. And she came in to visit him, and there was a little girl beside him in the room. When she came in to see the little girl, she goes, "Oh my God, I can't believe who they're at the putting you in here with. Be careful with him. He's a charmer in there. He'll be asking you, do you know what I mean?" I was listening, trying not to laugh. That's who he is. He loves the crack, you know, and that's what people kind of seem to forget.
And doesn't it go to show, like, even the nurse, the doctors, anyone who has built a relationship with Christian, knows Christian's personality.
Yeah, that's it.
And
it's so easy. Like, if you just get to know them, like,
that's easier for you then when you're walking, when you have to leave the hospital, or you have to leave Christian, and you know that he's there with people who love him,
and understand him,
and know what he, like, when he's trying to express himself, they're going to come down to his level, exactly what you're being saying.
And understand them.
And that's what mothers need.
Yeah, and he's very lovable Christian. Like, he reaches for hugs, gives you a big hug and stuff like that. You know what I mean? He's very lovable. That's what sometimes people would say, because when you come in, it's like he's looking like he's going to grab you.
Yeah.
But no, he's actually going to grab you, squeeze you in. Then, you know what I mean?
Getting excited that you're even there.
He's very lovable like that. But it's just like, I just feel like, I think it's a better world when everyone, like, understands, like, we all need learning in some ways in life, and I think that as well, like, people, if you don't know someone, or you don't know how to approach, because you do see it, you know what I mean, people just don't know what way to approach. Sometimes it's not even, it's just about just being normal.
I have no even questions for
there
you.
Shouldn't even be,
because I'm like, I haven't got a neck to sit and ask her fucking questions.
Geez, no,
I was like, she's going to know herself, you know more than me, so I didn't even have a cheek to write on that. It's like, I'm not questioning her.
Geez, no, but thanks very much for having me.
Because I'd be in over my head questioning you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just want to listen and learn, and I want to fucking tell everybody else at home.
That's it, yeah, and that's what's important, you know, that people see that, you know, and all that matters is to help them, support them, you know. And
what did you not get around to talking about on your Virgin interview? Is there anything that you'd like to touch on that you didn't get to touch on, or?
Well, the way they think around, like, it was based really on Christian, but that wasn't my point, because a few people that I know is in the same situation as me, unfortunately, as well, you know, there's a lot of kids being failed right now.
Yeah.
And my main thing was just how important timely care for children that need surgery is so vital to them, you know, and how important it is that if someone says someone needs surgery, that they should be getting it within such a space of time, you know. And like, two other girls reached out as well, and that was 3 kids in the same school setting. Do you know what I mean? Like, and again, it got me think, and then I know more as well.
And you're thinking of right in the whole of Ireland, how many is there?
You know, so you're kind of saying, what is actually going on here? Like, and it makes you feel hopeless, and like, what chance do we have? There's so many still waiting, and could be waiting longer than Christian.
You're not like many. You're not going to sit
I
there and wait to be called.
I know.
No one puts baby in the corner.
No, and I haven't. Like, I'm so understanding, Jade, when all
that's what I love about you.
I gave this system 6 months to recover.
Yeah.
I gave them that 6 months after all that to recover, because I knew this was going to absolutely destroy them in there.
Yeah.
And I thought they would have had a hold on it. I thought Stacey, no. A year went past, no. But I didn't ring a year later. I was ringing after them 6 months, trying to get that appointment that I didn't get till the year later. Do you know what I mean?
You weren't allowing them to fog you off. You weren't allowing them to be putting.
No, and all I was hearing was, when I did see them, it's a growth thing. It stopped when he comes into a certain age. To actually sitting down with the soldier telling me, this is no growth thing. This is not just going to stop. This is going to progress to get worse as time goes on.
What does that do to your mental health when you're told one thing and you've accepted that? You've made peace with that in your mind, that you have a plan in place, and then it's not going ahead, and then another expert tells you something completely fucking different. How the fuck do you leave them appointments? Like, what is your mental space
last
like?
last week when Christian ended up in hospital, and bear in mind the doctor could come up and face me. I was there for a week and he didn't come up to face me. But his own doctor that I deal with for that situations, not for his orthopedic point of view. This is other doctor. Like, she made it very clear to her, like, about the care Christian had got. Like, I said to you what was said, sorry, I'm sorry you fell through them cracks. So it's not sorry I need now, I need my child fixed.
Yeah.
I'm going past no tears anymore, I'm getting angry now. I'm actually getting really, really angry. And I said, I looked her in the eye, I said, anybody comes and tells me that Christian is inoperable, I don't know what I'm going to do, because you know it. Out of anybody standing, because there was 5 of them standing on the bed, and she was the only one in the room for me.
Glass roofs.
She was the only one in the room for me, because she was the only one that sat with me since that time, and who I've asked to go back and review what's going on. Why did he say that? Why did he tell me my Christian was going to end up bad? I see, like, and I'm going to appointments kind of every couple of months. So the couple of months on, every time I'm going, Christian's getting worse. Every time I'm going, he's getting worse. And I'm just like, where does this stop? Where, like, I'm putting my faith in you to look after my kid. That's why I said to her last week, I trusted you to look after him, to get him the right care. That's what is meant to happen here, isn't it? And like, she did. She said she was sorry, and I'm hoping that she sticks to her guns of what I asked for, leaving the hospital. Because I wasn't leaving the hospital. I wasn't going to leave the hospital until I had the date for that surgery. Yeah. And because Christian was after getting so many tests done in the hospital, that's like pre-op tests. But Christian still has to have that team meeting.
A lot of pre-op tests, but no.
What happens is, no operation date, right? So what has to happen? So this is the kind of journey I'll go on with someone with like Christian. So I meet with a doctor. He'll tell me whether Christian needs to get the surgery or not. Christian doesn't need to get his surgery, as we know. Christian went for a MRI. He got his MRI. You go back for another appointment. He tells you how it's looking, what it's like. And then it'll be put on a wait list. But even though you're put on that wait list, there's a meeting that has to be held. Yeah. What people have to remember here is I need to be fair to my son.
Or his voice, Sean.
But we need to be fair as well. I'm his voice, and I'll fight for everything that I can get for him to make him live a happy life as long as I can. But we need to be fair. So if someone was to come and say Christian's life expectancy was less than 3 years from now, they're not going to put Christian under surgery. They're not going to put him under serious surgery to have him recover for a year and a half. That's a year and a half waste of his life. Yeah. When he only might have another year and a half left. I'm putting it as straight as that. That's how it is. You know, that's how they kind of plan around this. So Christian's doing well. Christian's life expectancy, we don't know, we can't say, but from a medical perspective of how well he's been doing, he's actually doing very well. Yeah. The reason why I went on a mad one last week, Jade, was because once you fall into the respiratory issues, there's no going back. There's no fixing it. It's too late. And that's why I went mad.
Are you terrified they're going to take him off that list?
Terrified that they're going to come and tell me that he's going to be inoperable, because I'm fighting so hard for him to get the operation. All I'm hearing is how complex it is, how serious it is. Now, the surgeon himself is not really coming across like that. Like, he's saying, like, he wants to help Christian. He wants to do the surgery for Christian. And he told me, like, this time of year is not a good time of year because infection rate is higher and ICU beds to be capacitated with infection. And obviously with someone like Christian, you want to, because some people didn't really understand this in the news. When I said this in the news, you have to remember, I said it all, but it was chopped down.
Yeah.
Do you know
they edited it to fit it into a little time.
So what I was kind of saying is, for kids like Christian, or even anyone, like, infection rates are high this time of year. We all get sick, more sick than we do in summer months. And, you know, but for someone like Christian, or even more stuff, someone that has respiratory issues and stuff like that, it's vital. This time of year can be vital to them kids. Yeah. They pick up Anton like Christian last week, bam, in the hospital, and we don't know, like, Christian was nearly going to ICU. Yeah. Only that he was managing with what you were doing for him, that he was coming around. If he didn't come around, he was going to go to ICU. And I've seen a lot of Christian's friends that happened to him winter months, you know. And it's scary time for us. It's a scary time for us parents that have kids like this, because the viruses knock them more than they'd knock us or any other child. Like, they really do take a big toll
They're
on
very
them.
vulnerable to things
Very,
like this.
very, yeah. And like, especially if you have epilepsy, you have seizures on top of that.
Yeah.
Everything flares up when they just get a little
God
bug.
loves them. They'd need their strength even to have their seizures.
Yeah.
To deal with what they never mind for having a cough, having a fucking chest
Exactly.
flu.
Yeah.
The flu could get you mental.
There you go. Like, that's the nurse I was only taught to know. I'm not that I'm against it. Christian got the nasal flu thing and he ended very sick after.
Yeah,
and I said, I'm
a lot
never
of
getting
kids.
him that again. Never. He's grand. Show me in. I'll mind him, like. But this year, you know, only because of what he's at the Christian's been doing great, like, but I know the older they get, the flu becomes a kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And with the way he is now with his respiratory and all, I'm going to make the decision to get it done for him. But I haven't. I've never like felt like it was a big thing
that you needed.
Do you know, I'm a big believer in your body fighting these things itself. It has a natural way of doing it, do you know, and let it do that. And then intervene, like, if you have to with an antibiotic or something, you know. But I feel like give your body a chance, like, don't put things in there. I'm really like that. I think it's just because of certain things happening with things like that.
You look at everything you're after being through. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You have the right to make decisions like that.
That's it. So that's why I am kind of like that. And Christian, like, I'm more like that because Christian was put on a medication for his epilepsy that destroyed his bones. So when any medication and I give the kids, I'm like,
what's the side effects?
Do you know what I mean? Like, they gave me pain relief, like, and the doctor was laughing at the other doctor last week, and she won't give it to him. Because they won't go against me, like, they won't say, because I do what I have to do for my kids and what's right. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I am. Like, and Christian didn't, like, when that was given to me, he's on a pain medicine that works for him. And then there's another one if he keeps getting more pain, which you can, like, Christian, not every day is a happy day for Christian either. People seem to, like, I probably share it like that. But it's not like Christian's in pain every day.
He struggles.
He cries every day. He smacks his leg and he's in pain. You have to change his position, give him more pain relief. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot behind in a day of your life like that you wouldn't see on social media. And I probably just chose not to show them kind of sides because, like, I don't know, because I'm who I am. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Age, see the way you are, like, you are like.
I want people to see the actual positive sides of the life because you see so much negative of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That actually stop. Like, I don't
think the negative phases you.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Like, it actually doesn't.
I think you're going through nothing but fucking constant stuff happen, right? Seizures, vomiting, hospital trips, the sassy one running around giving the lip.
Yeah.
If you see your kids smiling, that takes away all that.
Yeah. No,
you know
it does.
What I mean?
Yeah, it does. But that's it. Like, you just get on with it. You know what I mean? And try not to dwell on.
You put things into perspective for people. You really, really would. Like.
Yeah, thanks very much. And I just think if you have no control over it, don't try to take control of it because you're just going to go delusional.
Exactly.
There's
it's
no control over it.
Whether you like it or not, or whatever.
We have no control over, and that's one thing I believe in because we try to control it so much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if the way it is, well, you have to remember some things are just not in your control. You know, probably what's happening with Christian now.
Do you have your faith with God?
Yeah, always do.
Do you think that helps get you through the tough times?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Always, actually, it does. Yeah,
I'd always ask. If you hadn't got your faith, like, what the fuck would you have?
Exactly. But I'm always asking for strength. Always asking to go over Christian and the kids.
I love his name. Like, it suits him, like Christian.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I had Mason and then we didn't go with it, and it was Christopher's nanny. She walked in the tunnel at
so
the time.
fitting for him, like, it's
she's
just
really
like,
spiritual herself. That's where it came from. Spiritual lady, like, she loves that God and she loves Padre Pio.
Yeah.
And so she just straight out Christian.
She's still alive.
Yeah, she's still alive. Yeah, she absolutely adores.
Delighted. She look at him like the apple of her eye.
Yeah, she does. She adores, man. I think now even what's going on with Christian is affecting them, you know, like, it's hurting them, and they just want to see him getting better. But, like, and that's what I want. But in my mind, I'm kind of at a place now where I'm fighting to get this surgery. And see, when surgery comes, I am going to be, I don't know how I'm going to be. Because I'm thinking about that in my mind as well, do you know what I mean? And putting them through it. Like, and, like, I've had conversations as well with people about the fairness of Christian. you know, and what's fair to him. And I'm in that thought process and that kind of.
Even thinking like that, you're so bleeding selfless. Like some minds would not let their minds go there to even consider it.
Yeah.
You are literally going in and out of every single avenue of your little boy, weighing out pros and cons, left, right, and centre.
Yeah, yeah, you have to, like, you just have to, you know. And it's whatever way it goes. Like I said to you, that meeting still has to happen.
Yeah.
So it's not until after that meeting that I'll know the decision that
Do you
has been
even
made.
have a time frame when you're looking at that meeting or when it's going to be? Or...
Well, I'm back in to see the doctor in December.
Right.
In the meantime, Christian is getting these sleep studies done because unfortunately Christian has a partial collapse lung over the scoliosis. And that's what they're afraid of. Like if the spine keeps going, it'll eventually the whole lung it'll collapse. Do you know what I mean? That's the worry, like. And it's not that, only in recent weeks as well, we're starting to notice on his belly, so his curve is going like this. We're noticing the bulge on his stomach now. And these things kind of happen, like the crease and all on Christian's side, like it gets skin problems and all. Like it's horrible. Like it's horrible to seeing from the outside, watching them just deteriorate. Like it's absolutely shocking.
You're literally trying to save your little boy day by day by day by day.
And even when I'm changing my hand and Christopher and all can see it, and I'm broken.
Yeah.
I'm broken. Changing it. I'm like, how? And sometimes you feel like it was never my fault or anyone's fault, but because it's not getting fixed, it's giving you too much time for all these thoughts.
That's your proxy,
you know, and it's their fault. Like, but you know, when you're like, if you like, some mummies out there just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And they just don't know who to go to. Like, I got emails even before these interviews. People didn't realise I had all these emails. I had my brother and all emailed the health government. We did all that a year ago. You know what I mean? We did all of that a year ago. I asked for all the Christian's files back from Temple Street. I have everything that I need before. Like, I don't need to intervene with anyone else because I've had the information that I needed.
Yeah.
I think what people are trying to help and support me and give me all these, and I was like, I already did that, but there's mothers out there that have reached out that are like, where do I go?
Yeah, can you help me?
I remember that, like last year, reaching out to Scoliosis Ireland and all, like, hey, what's this I'm dealing with? Because I haven't got a clue what scoliosis is, what way it affects you, or didn't know anything about it. Do you know, I knew scoliosis, I knew of it, but didn't know anything about it because it's not something that I dealt with.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
And until you're dealing with it, you don't fucking know.
Yeah, so then obviously, like, it was new, like, so I had to be, but I know the feeling of being stuck and not knowing what is this, do you know what I mean, that I'm dealing with, and how can I get them. So even getting, I knew where I was at, I knew what was after happening. I think, like, everyone knows what happened, do you know what I mean? I think people just don't want to talk about it. I don't know why. That's why I'm not talking about it, because I'd be screaming from the roof.
Yeah, we will one day.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Definitely will.
Yeah.
I think it's important as well to tell people at home. So if, like, obviously cold and flu season is in now, there is kids with very vulnerable illnesses, and not all illnesses can be seen. If you're out and about and you are sick, I hate bleeding, wearing masks and all that shit. Just don't touch other people's children.
Yeah.
You know that way, if you feel like you're sick and you know your friends' children are medically complex or any sort of illness, underlying health conditions, don't call over. Just don't. Now, I know I have a cough here in during this chat, but I was sick all, like, that's why I was putting shauna off till I knew I was better and finishing antibiotic. Yeah. But it is very, very, very detrimental, like, that you take this into consideration. Yeah, no, because it is, especially to them kind of vulnerable kids, you know. And even like Sophia could have a virus and be grand, Christian could pick it up and it's completely different for him. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because, like I said, the epilepsy and all, that triggers it. Like, even if you get a tooth or an ear infection, your seizures are gone. You're firing all over the place because something's going on in the body. Could end up in pneumonia. Yeah. Pneumonia. Oh, yeah, the pneumonia. That's the big vital thing for us that we all fear in this as the kids go, because the respiratory, like, the Christian was good, but I know some kids that are not, no, he's not good now, but he always was good. You know, he had a great cough
and he can get it up himself, whether it be nearly making himself sick to get it out, but he always managed to do it. But there's some kids out there that genuinely haven't got the strength to cough, and it sits there. So the mothers have to do the physiotherapy to release it all for them, do you know what I mean, and help them with like doing that. People don't see that insides of all that, don't think like that, do you know what I mean? What me and you can do is cough it all out.
Of course,
cannot use their muscles like that, so that's what ends up.
So that's stuck, triggering them, and they're trying, and it's just laying on their chest.
Stuck, like they build up in there. That's why they end up in hospital most times, because they need the intervention to help them, because they genuinely can't do it for themselves, you know. But like that's kind of where we led last week. Christian wasn't able to cough up himself, which meant that whatever was lying. So Christian's the area only, the space only has that much. So it felt like it blocked. So he was like, his oxygen level completely dropped. You know what I mean? It's completely closed. So they managed to get him started, thank God. But there's some kids that just don't come around from that and end up in ICU for weeks and all. Do you know what I mean?
And then up they catch worse.
And then this is the thing. Just the slightest little bug or infection, do you know what I mean, can trigger so much.
And that's how I understand when you and your partner are like, no, it's something we can deal with at home. Why bring him into the hospital?
Exactly, yeah.
By bringing him in there, you're opening up fucking Pandora's box for him to catch something else.
Exactly. And we, like I said, and I think I forgot to finish that about, we have the emergency at home for the epilepsy. So Sophia has flares. No, she hasn't had a seizure in a year, thank God. Yeah, she's doing very well. But like that, if she has a flare up, I can intervene myself. So I have a medication, or medication she's on, so I can just increase that a bit higher for 3 nights.
Because that's probably all they do.
That's all they do.
Yeah.
And I've watched them. That's why I'm saying, give me that.
Better woman.
Do you know what I mean? At home, and I'll do it like, I'll get a little air machine and give them the bit of air they need. Like,
you know what? I have massive respect for you. I really do.
Thanks very much. But like I said to you the other day, we all have air problems, you know, and we all have air challenges, but we're all doing the same thing, trying to get through them.
People actually realise the real problems out there, the big problems out there. They'll go home and they'll realise they have fuck all to be bleeding, worrying and moping around about.
No, that's it. Just enjoy your life. Enjoy what you have that's good around
Women like me, mothers like me, will give out to their kids from jumping from the fucking window to the bleeding
come here, I still give out myself. Do you know what I mean? That's just every day. Like,
I just think it's important to stop and just.
I think the negative, the negative, and just don't. Like, just be nice to each other.
Yeah.
Be nice to each other, be kind to each other. You don't know what someone's going through at home. So just be nice, do you know what I mean?
And no matter how big your problems feel, there is always someone out there going through worse.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're rich in life if you're tucking healthy children into a bed at night.
Yeah.
And you don't have all these worries what we're sitting here talking about. Yeah. I don't give a fuck if you drive a Beamer or a Lexus or whatever. If your child is healthy, and you don't have to go through this, and this isn't all your worries. That's what should be most important.
And when health hits your door,
yes,
no escaping it.
When health
hits your door, there's no escaping it. It's your only worry.
And your babies.
Yeah. And that's all I've done since I've had kids, is worry about them, wanting better, just getting better for them, just making sure that they always had better, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
And give them better. Like,
I know
no one's going to shove me in a corner with my son. No.
We wouldn't be close, we wouldn't be like good friends, but I know her through social media. Like, friends of mine would be Shauna's friends, so we have mutuals.
Yeah.
So tell us about the Halloween costumes.
Yeah. No, we used to absolutely love that. Everybody actually loved
everyone, yeah.
But you know what? We had to put a hold on that last year because when I was asking Christian, like, do you want to dress up? He was telling me no. So I was like, right, I have to listen to this shit. You know what I mean?
It's like getting too old for this
shit, man. Like, he still loves Halloween. He loves, because I had to bring him down to the fireworks and the party and all. Do you know what I mean? He loves all that. But like, we absolutely love planning. We'd be planning from the start of October what we are getting dressed up as. Do you know what I mean? And then we'd make the decision, and then I'd go to Aldi. And I'd say, will you empty that box for me? I'll do it myself if I have to.
I need all them.
Seriously, there's been times I actually physically emptied the box just because they take for ages to say, here, you can have one, John.
Yeah.
I need it now. Like, you can't tell me to come back, because I'm not. No, I need it now. Like,
I haven't got the time for this.
Because you know why they like their boxes, right? Their boxes are amazing because the way they come cut fire. the big square, and you just do that and it's on the chair. Do you know what I mean? It was great. You didn't have to cut it and cable tie it and all together. Like, that was the part I was like, I have to get me DIY skills.
Yeah, I used to live to see how you were going to bring them out each Halloween. He always knocked it out of the park.
I loved it.
He went viral and all a few times.
Yeah, he did, yeah. So I'm actually in the middle of creating a little video of that to put on TikTok to put the inspiration out there for others. Do you know what I mean? Because I think, like, it's a good thing. But it is, like, people say, how do you have time? Not a lot of time, like, do you know what I mean? To paint a bit of a box. Do it, start it early and you'll get it done. Do you know what I mean? But no, like, I used to absolutely love it, and all the enjoyment and the creating and everything else. You know what I mean? But I said to him this morning, if you want, I'm going to dress him up for going to school tomorrow. I'm going to make it as well for him. So,
lovely.
Yeah, it won't be anything huge, like,
but it'll be something. Whatever he's comfortable, whatever he allows you.
Yeah, exactly. He'll probably rip her off.
Be looking at you. The fuck.
And then Sophia, I gave her the phone last night. I said, get what you want. She's been telling me she wants a princess, you know, and pink and all. I'm like, right, well, you pick one. Pick the banana.
The banana?
A banana. And she woke up this morning, my banana is coming today. I said,
scream.
She is gas. She is gas. Anyone that meets her, like, they'll tell you, like, she's just a soul, do you know what I mean? Like, she's funny. She's so much personality. She's all different personalities. Like, she's gas.
Imagine how she's growing up. You won't have to fucking worry about her.
I think I will, though, as well, because she's so out there, you know.
But you know, because she's so out there, that'll be her superpower when she's going out into that world. When you're leaving her places and going out for a night, she'll be rolling the roost.
Yeah, I know. She will be as well. She's mad, sweet to God. Well, yeah, no, like, they're doing great. Like, in general, they're doing great, you know. Other than the blip question I had last week, it's just so vital that we get the care that you need, you know. And I don't know how that's looking. I'll only know really what the answer is after that appointment, what the all decide for Christian.
No doubt that you will not stop fighting.
No, I won't stop fighting. I won't stop fighting. But, like, that I have to be very respectful to Christian. And what people don't realise is that we have to, like, just respect them and make the right decisions for them. What is fair? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? What is fair to them? Because big surgery like that is going to take a lot out of Christian. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I want. Not that I want them to go through. I want the surgery for him, because I know if I don't, things are going to get worse. Do you know what I mean? But if the doctors do
you just don't want that at the cost of making it worse.
Yeah. I don't want that at the cost of making it worse. Exactly. So if the doctors do have that team meeting and look at everything, because Christian's bones are brittle as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's a medical then that a lot, like, other doctors from loads of different doctors sit down together. Yeah. This is not just the doctors that we deal with.
The recovery for after this will probably be a long time.
Months, yeah. He's in ICU and all after the surgery for a few weeks.
Right, so you'll have to be even mentally prepping yourself for even all that end.
Do you know what I mean? It's a lot to it. It's a lot. So, and like, I really, really want him to get this surgery. I've been fighting so long for it, you know what I mean? But as well, I know the risks that I'm taking for him. You know, and I have to be fair to him. And he's happy. He's not like he's in pain, like, it is bothering him, but he's not like in severe pain where it's like, do you know what I mean? But it's
you're
not
trying
the
to
pain.
not get to that.
It's not the pain that's the bother, really. It's the progression that's happening to the lungs and everything. It's going to lead to him being in severe pain and getting to that, you know. So it's very tough decision. Please God, please God. You have that. I mean, everything is looking good though. Like I said, like everything, all these tests he's had done up to this point.
So fucking positive. So this is why you put that out there.
Yeah, that's what all the tests he's got done came back positive. Like I said, Christian hasn't been in hospital in 6 years. His doctor told me, she said, like, we would put him in a category of kids that constantly get infections, constantly have problems with their chest. Christian has been doing amazing. Yeah. And I have so much positive thought of him having this surgery. And I said, that's exactly how I feel.
To the really happy life that he lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. He's not moping. He's not missing out on things.
No. And like his life, like, as you know, kids like Christian, life is limited to what they can do. Do you know what I mean? Jesus, right now, he's nothing. Like, I had all his equipment, everything that he could get. Everything that was available to him is not even available to him now because of the situation. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? All his equipment is gone.
All the everything. He used to like having fun with.
Yeah. Like now I'm waiting on a new comfy chair for him because he's the other one like that with the spine, the way it's going, constantly have to change equipment.
Who are we waiting on for the chair? What's the story with the chair?
Yeah, so that should be here now next month.
Right.
Yeah, it's a bit of a wait for all these kind of things. Actually terrible.
They have to take a mould and all for that chair, did they?
For his wheelchair they did. The new comfy chair is like a recliner kind of chair. And
Very good.
Watch his football.
Live
the life. He will be. All his shorts with his pint of Guinness beside
him. Now with his music playing and his disco like that.
Do you know what I mean? But no, that's what, because he had his comfy chair, but because the scoliosis got so bad, it wasn't suitable for him. Do you know what I mean? Had to be changed. So, and then he's mould in his wheelchair, like constantly having to fix him with that, like with the way he's grown and all. Do you know what I mean? Like last week while we were in the hospital, I had to get the OT to come to the hospital. We were getting out on the Friday evening. I had an appointment the Friday day to get Christian his new mould, and I'm fighting ages to get this mould for him, because you had seen him, he was sitting out the chair and like that. Now he's back in, and he's the way he should be. Do you know what I mean? Not the way he should have been left. Like, but it's not on the problem of the OTs. It's really like got to do with companies and the funding and all that delays this process. Yeah, the funding like delays all the process of these kids having that equipment and stuff like that.
We just need to do better as a society, as a country. There is no reason why it's 2025 Irish children, like Christians, should be suffering and going without anything.
Yeah, exactly.
It should be all a fucking available.
Yeah. And like they're not even offering what is baffling, like with all the scoliosis situation, like surgery is the option, like, but while he's waiting, there's nothing else being offered to support him. Do you get me?
Yeah.
I'm like, why is there nothing else? Like, like that, there's a second skin that I got for him. It's like this suit, and it's like a swimsuit nearly, very compressed, tight.
Right.
But Christians have a few problems in it because it's too compression, it's too tight, and we could be doing something that wants to be, we're trying to fix something that doesn't want to be fixed. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of balancing out all that. He's letting me know he doesn't like it, so I kind of, but they haven't even like asked about even like anything, like, you know what I mean? Do you know the way usually you'd see these braces and all of this kind of stuff? Nothing, like they haven't offered nothing.
Well, we're going to just scream this from the fucking rooftops until he does get what he needs.
Yeah, no, we will, and I know we're on the right track for that.
100%. Yeah. When I seen you on everyone's stories, I was like, yes. Yeah. You go, girl.
Yeah, I had to.
Unfortunately,
I'm his
those who scream the loudest in Ireland right now are the only ones that's going to be hit.
Yeah, that's it. It's the same for the house as well. When I had to fight for the house, just don't give up. And anybody that's going through this life, and I know how it can be. You just feel like, it's like you don't feel like you're being heard, or whatever the situation may be. Do not give up. Don't give up, because it's true. The louder you speak, the more you will get, and it's rightly so. Like, it's what you need. Do you know what I mean? It's what you need. It's what you get.
What? You are some fucking woman.
Thanks very much.
You really are, and I love you loads. I don't know, you make my heart want to burst listening to it.
Thanks. And I hope it does help with our kids, because I know a lot of kids are going through similar situations, you know, when
100%.
they have kids with special needs that feel so lost. Like,
a lot of girls on their own at home that wouldn't have a partner, or wouldn't have the support of families.
Yeah. And even if you do have a partner, it's still the same feeling. You know, like you two are in that den together.
The two of you are suffering in any way.
You know what I mean? It doesn't change. It's just that you do have someone there to support you, but the emotional load, everything is the same for the two of you. So it's important for you two to navigate that for each other and talk about how you feel. That's what's important. Do you know what I mean? Because we can get so caught up with feeling frustrated and probably don't want to say it, because we don't want the person to feel that way. Yeah, you know, like, and that's the way. But the most important thing is, regardless if you have a lovely relationship, regardless if you're on your own, regardless of that, just don't give up, and you're not alone. You're never alone, you know, never, ever, ever alone on this journey. And like, there is always someone out there to reach out to, you know.
And like that, the way you found your own little community of mammies, like your good friends now all understand because their children are going through somewhat similar, if not the same.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And I just ring like Nia out of the blue and be like, wow. Do you know what I mean? Just to have, and she'd completely get, and she'd know the people I'm
she was
dealing with.
telling me that she used to have that. I was like, fucking deadly.
It's great. And like we both deal with kind of similar the people as well for the kids. So we're kind of, we bounce off each other about everything.
So she says she can run things past you, you know what I mean, and ring you, and because Christian's an awful lot older as well, like she has you kind of to always touch base with.
That's it, and just to guide her through it, you know, how I guide myself through it, you know.
Yeah.
And the same as well, like when people like, so see when you talk about like a social worker.
Yeah.
So if I say to you a social worker, what's your instance?
I'd shit myself.
Thank you very fucking much.
Shit me fucking
right,
self.
Well, I need to make this very clear because I think this puts a lot of people under a bit of pressure as well because I've helped a lot of people through this. So when I was very young, right, I was only 17 going into hospital Christian. And I've been dealing with social workers all my life, so I know what they're for. Do you know what I mean? But they're all for different things. So when you talk about Tussle, the big headlines now, do you know what I mean? They're the people that you should fucking trust. But anyways, talk about Tussle, they're the people that you probably be thinking of when I say social worker. Is it? Right. Well, this is not what I'm saying, right?
Fuck myself out that window.
If there's any young girls or any women, anyone going through something like I do with my kids, right, and you're in hospital for a very long period of time, and it's overwhelming, and it's too much information, it's too much to take on, you're on your own. Ask for a medical social worker.
Yeah.
A medical social worker is not there to judge you, they're there to support you.
Yeah, so they're not cut the baby
They're not there to judge you, they're there to support you. And this is something that, like, when people say to me, how, and give them advice or whatever, I'd say, have you got a social worker? And you're like, oh, what's wrong with you? So, you know, like,
I didn't do it.
No, not in that sense. Like, social workers, genuine, the social workers out there that are there genuinely to support you. You're doing nothing wrong and all you want to support. That's all they're there for. Do you know what I mean? And only for my social worker in Temple Street, she absolutely, only for, if I needed something, I'd ring her. Will you deal with that? Like, will you help me with this? Like, she was the one that got me through all the paperwork, all the stuff, if I had a doctor that I wanted to say something, if I had a problem, if I was feeling shit about a situation, I'd ring her. Do you know what I mean? You can link with them for anything.
Well, that's amazing. So that'll change a bit of the perception of them. Do you know what I mean?
And they're there to support you.
We need to hear about the good stories about them in order for mammies to feel like they can trust.
But that's what I'm saying, that social workers are for all different reasons. But see, like that, like when you end up in hospital and you feel just a bit lost and you need no support and you're trying to navigate different things and how to go about different things, that's what they're there for. Yeah. You shouldn't have to do that alone.
And is that like a care worker? Is that two different things?
No, it's a medical social worker. So it's someone in a medical environment that's going to support you for the medical reasons that you're there. So it's about like everything. They'll cover a lot of things for you. Do you know what I mean? That's what they're for. Like I had a girl talking to a girl, for instance, a little girl was in hospital and she couldn't get out of hospital for whatever reason. She couldn't take it on because they hadn't got so and so and so. Yeah. I said, have you got medical social worker? She said, no. But when I spoke to her 3 days later, she said, thank you very fucking much for that information. She said, because you never guess what. I said, what? She said, she's sorting it out for me. I said, I told you. You're not alone.
So if there is anyone listening, get yourself
especially if you're in hospital in these situations, they're there to support you and don't feel like they're not. And like that, if you're in a situation where like you need something to bring at home for your child or that's vital to them, or you know, I feel like you're not being heard. That's what they're there for. Yeah, that's what them kind of social workers are there for. Yeah, what you need. Because that's what, like, it's sad to think that because of all this that you see in the news, social workers, this social worker, that people don't even realise that there's actually a section there for people that they support you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Especially if you're going through things in life and then they're there to help, not judge. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm like, no, that's wrong. Like, people should be aware of that because it helped me a lot.
I'm glad you touched on that as well.
Yeah, because it helped me a lot in my young life of
especially what's
navigating so much
around around social works. It's kind of giving it all a bad look right now.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not going to speak for Tussle, do you know what I mean? And I don't know
medical social workers are not they're all different genres of people.
Different,
you know what I mean?
It's for different supports, you know what I mean?
So that's great.
And I know what's in the headlines saying, come here, I'm sure like the workers, and it's the same for everywhere, like I'm not going to speak on that situation, but like it's absolutely disgusting what's going on, but I'm very sure that the workers in that house don't want that to happen either. It's the same for what happened in the hospital. Like, a person caused that, but the look was on the whole system. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I made it very clear in my post, like the nurses and doctors look after my son very, very well. Like,
you loved them,
and they're great. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not all the people that is in this place that are bad people. Do you know? And sometimes one person just has to do that. Do you know?
Yeah, one person could just drag the whole fucking thing down.
And they, like, that little girl was brought out, do you know what I mean, by a worker in that house and went missing. How does that look on that person? Do you know what I mean?
I know.
And it's just, it's shocking. Like, well, like I said, and like, I don't want to go into too much, but for like young girls or anyone going through, especially a hospital admission, a long hospital admission, and they need equipment and they need stuff like that to help support, that support is available to you.
Yeah, go straight and
it's available. Because I've just had so many mothers just being lost in that hospital, not knowing who to turn to.
She's going through this years, like she's literally been through it all.
And they're there to support you, not to judge you, you know. But that's why I'm glad you said that, because I'm not getting that a few times. And I'm like, that shouldn't be, like, people should be aware of the different. Well, unless you're dealing with them, you don't know. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't know. You think they're all just the one.
The minute you hear social worker, you think they're going to criticise me, they're going to examine me, they're going to fucking look for a reason to take my child.
No. But see, the difference, Shay, they're not coming looking for you.
Exactly.
You're going looking for them.
You're going looking for them to help you.
You know what I mean?
And the ones they should be going looking for.
Do you get me? Do you know what I mean? No, but like that, like I said, just and that kind of, they completely different. But medical world, when you're in a hospital for a long period of time, that support is available. And I've seen so many people not know that that's available. Or mention social work and they're like, oh, I'm like, no, not like that.
Thank you for telling me that.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't know that.
Yeah. See, I've been in this so long, like my brother, he has a lot going on. That I'm in this way before Christian. Do you know what I mean? Dealing with social workers, dealing with all these residential.
You know what they say? God doesn't give you what you can't cope with.
No, that's it. It makes you stronger. Yeah. You know, it does. And it makes you...
There was no one else meant to be Christian's mammy, and certainly no one else meant to be Sophia's mammy either.
Yeah.
By the sounds of it.
That's it, yeah.
She sounds off the leading walls.
Oh, she's got to say, you'll meet her one day, I'm sure. And
I'm sure I'll hear her.
You will. You usually do. We see anybody, she'd be saying, like, she'd say, hey, what's your name? Where you going? Where do you work? Can I go to your house?
Like, one of them. In fairness, my little young fella's like that. Yeah. Just look at you and that's it. Ma, can I go home with them?
Yeah, she can go with anyone. Yeah, anyone. Yeah, she's got a little character. But yeah, no, like, that's what I was saying. Like, they're doing great now, do you know? And like, this little battle we have is just another battle for us that we will see the end of, do you know? And we will come out of that dark tunnel.
I have no doubt.
We will. I visualize Christian going through surgery. I visualize him getting better. I visualize that things will get better. I just don't want this to get any worse for him. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want to take the happiness that he has and the personality he has, because this is what these things do to them.
And if we can all hope for this together, it's going to make it stronger.
Praise,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. But I'll keep everyone up to date like always. Do you know?
Do you want to tell everyone your page so they can follow you?
It's Shauna Christian Sophia. And you'll just see me and my family living life, I suppose, isn't it? That's what we do.
Shauna in our account, and all you head over, and when we put the episode out, well, obviously you're going to be listening to me now. Like, share it, please. Get this around. It's not about nothing to do with me sharing my podcast. Share Shauna's story.
Thanks.
Help her get this around, please.
Yeah. And just to help, just to help others, you know what I mean? There's so many young girls trying to navigate this kind of journey and find it tough, you know, and even if it hits one person, because like I know people will say, like, how does she do it? How do you do it? Like, do you know what I mean? It's not how I do it. It's I've been doing it. Yeah. You know, I've been doing it all my life, and it's just, I think that you find a way, you know, you find your own way of dealing and having a routine. Routine is key to everything, like I said to you. Like, you find your way and what works for you and what you keep kind of like that. Do you know what I mean? And not to worry, like, every day is not a great day, do you know? And same for me. Like, I chose to share the positives, like that Christian doing what he does, to show others it's possible.
Yeah.
Do it. You can do it. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm really about over me social media. I know I probably should show but I don't want to. I don't want someone to see Christian having a seizure. I don't want them.
Come here, you show that your son is suffering from a medical complex.
It's visually there to see. Like,
you always, you don't just shy away from that.
Yeah,
but at the same time, your son is 16 years of age and you're protecting his dignity.
That's it. Yeah, always, you know. And I just wanted, that's the way I've kind of presented myself, not in that way of sharing the downs. And honestly, I want to show what you can do.
It comes across so respectful, like it does. Like, you really, really are a great mummy.
Thanks,
you're amazing.
So are you. We all are.
What you do put up of your son is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
You need to keep some things private.
Yeah,
you know?
No, that's it.
You can't keep everything for all of the world to fucking see.
But you know, when you sit back sometimes and you'd say, oh, if only they knew, like, I wasn't so happy. But that's what I know, people know that they live it as well. We all only share happy bleeding stuff on social media. We all don't share.
We're a sad generation with happy pictures.
Do you get me? Do you know what I mean? So that's what, but my side of it is to show that I have me bad days. Like, my son has seizures every day. I don't tell you that. Do you know what I mean? He gets sick all the time. I don't tell you that. Sophia has me going on me lula every day. I don't tell you that. Do you know? You'll never know. But what you will see is what I'm trying to express to you. And that is, no matter where you end up in life and no matter the circumstances, find the way. There's always a way. And I've always kept that saying, if there's a will, there's a way. I keep that because there's a way. Don't just think that, oh, I can't go there because of A, Z, and Z. No, figure it out. Yeah. There is a way. There's always a way. Do you know what I mean?
And hear that?
I'm a very big believer in that. You know, and just to try and just give these kids like Christian the best. Like, don't feel like they shouldn't be included in everything, or they can't be, or
they deserve the best.
They should be
the best.
Everything. Do you know?
You're a bleeding child.
Yeah. Like, even when I bring Christian to raise, and I know one or two of these that paths goes well, but like, people just are like, what? Like, they don't think, like, because Christian's not expressing to me, I want to go to a rave. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And they're like, how did you make that decision? Like, and I'm wondering,
if you
put him there, and he's like that. And then you put belters on you, and then he's like, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He's loving it. He's so open. He's so just lights up the room. I say, there you go. Like, you do click, like, for instance, one day he was watching something on the telly and I knew watching it and how he was so into it. It's like puking or something like that. Like, Jesus, he loves that. Do you know what I mean? And it's that big one, and you had so much interest in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you find their ways. They do express what they love.
They tell you in a different way.
In a different language, in a different way.
I just think like, what's it called? Telepathy.
Telepathic.
Like, a telepathic. You feel, he was in your womb. You feel things of him that he doesn't have to tell you.
No, yeah.
You're bonded, like, the bond is so strong.
The soul, yeah.
He talks to you through his eyes.
Yeah.
He'll talk to you through his smile.
Yeah.
Through his everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My kids ignore me sometimes. I'm looking out to them.
Yeah.
But I'll know what they're fucking thinking, and I'll know what space they're in by the way they're looking at me and the energy of them.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not all about words.
No, that's it. But no, he loves that. He lives a great life, and he just loves music. That's his passion, I think, in life.
And dress him up as Robbie G tomorrow.
Oh no, I've had enough of the costume. Robbie, he came down to visit him last year as well for his birthday. Yeah, and you should have seen Christian. Like, I've heard Robbie, like, he never met Christian before in person, so like that, he didn't really know what way to approach, you know, because Christian doesn't talk and he was kind of like, you know. And I was like, get in there with him.
Yeah. Don't be shy. Get in there, Robbie.
That's kind of like what you have to be. But that's what, like, just get in there with them. Do you know what I mean?
Fair play to him. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Artie's lovely. You see, Christian, we do send him videos on their Instagram, Christian being Scout Belstone, having all the kids and all wrecking it down in the classroom. And I'd be sending them to Rosie, say, look at him, has the classroom boppled down. And then just the videos in general of Christian, the house dancing and other things. You know, he has a DJ yoke and all, and like he loves, like if you put Belters Only on and it comes on, we have a big huge telly, she'd sing. I
The music is his vibe.
Now when Robbie came in, he was like, he couldn't believe he was watching this person on the telly all this long, and then he's right there in his
sitting room.
He was like that, look at Larry, you couldn't believe that.
We'll have to get Robbie. Robbie, if you're watching this, I doubt you believe now, but if you are, go out and see Christian.
I come here, he's at the sea, he's seen loads of people, and his dad was only saying,
sleepover with him.
Yeah, that's it. Me, that, him, me, and his dad, and his nanny's always say, he gets his face in everywhere. Saying, I know he does.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, he lives his
long
best life.
Last.
He lives his best life, and you know what I always say, he has a better social life than me. I live my social life through him. I swear to God.
It's really do.
Yeah,
yeah. They're going on this journey together.
Yeah, literally. But I always delight me life. It's always Sophia, you know, they bring the best out of me and the way I do with them.
You can see it in you. Anyone who knows you knows that. You live for your fucking kids.
That's my life, yeah.
You're amazing.
Thanks very much, Dad.
Thank you very, very much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
And
I really appreciate it.
You feel okay after talking about your story and...
I keep talking about it.
Yeah,
I'll be talking about it again.
This for hours. We're on nearly 2 hours. But thank you very much for everyone listening, and keep following Shauna and follow Christian's journey, please, and support in this as much as you possibly can. And a big thanks to the Balgriffin Inn, as always, for sponsoring.
Thanks so much, everyone, for listening. And like I said, always remember, you're never alone. You're never alone. Thanks a million.
Thanks. Bye.